Welcome to
episode 26
of
Dropbear and Panda.
Save the World.
That's right. Happy New Year. This is 2019.
Yes. Is this season 2 or season 1?
We're not doing seasons anymore. We're just in 2019.
What?
Yep.
Is this going to confuse people?
I don't think so.
I'm confused.
Let it go. Let it go.
Whatever, man.
It's all iTunes' fault, in my opinion. Because they wouldn't let me do a half episode. We couldn't do 24 and a half last week.
I was a little upset about that.
Yeah. But yeah, they would not allow it. And I just figure, for us, I'm going to say it's season 2 for us. 2019 is season 2. But for the rest of the world, they don't care. They just are going to be like, oh, it's episode 26. Let's go to that one.
So if we keep 2019 as season 2, but we do a full year,
right?
Does that mean that like season 1 was like the half season teaser?
Right. Well, because it was like 2018 was season 1, but it was only like half the year.
And we started in June, which is half of
Literally
the
half
year.
Yeah.
Gosh, sometimes I astound myself.
Yeah. See, it all works out. So season 2 is in fact 2019. Season 3 will be 2020.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah. 52 episodes.
Let's hope we can stay sane that long.
Well, we got some pretty cool news though recently from the Canadian Podcasting Awards.
Right?
Yeah. So thanks to people who nominated us, and hopefully other podcast people that listen to our podcast will vote for us during the voting period, which I think ends February 18th.
February 18th. It started on January the 1st. So we are nominated for 2019 Outstanding Comedy Series.
Nice.
Outstanding News and Current Events.
Not reporters.
Outstanding Society and Culture.
Yeah.
We're cultured.
We have culture.
Like stinky cheese.
Yeah. Feet.
2019 Outstanding Main Title Theme.
Oh, thank you, Emery Chords.
2019 Outstanding Original Music and Lyrics.
Emery Chords.
Outstanding Debut Series.
Nice, because it's season 1.
And People's Choice.
Yeah. And apparently, so if you're a podcaster and you're registered, so you have to register with the Canadian Podcasting.
Toronto.
Yeah, .com. You can vote for anybody. Mm-hmm. If you're just a regular person without a podcast, you can vote on the People's Choice.
Regular person. Does that mean we're special or...
Yeah. And not to blow my own horn, but I ended up getting one for my other podcast for Best Host.
You can blow yourself. It's okay. Your horn, I mean.
Yes, totally blowing my horn.
Is that what we're calling it now? Your horn?
The horn. Yeah. But RebelRebel podcast got one for Outstanding Business podcast, and also for main title and original music, Emery.
Yay, Emery.
And then Best Toast. So that's kind of cool.
Best Toast?
Yeah, the best toast. Make the best toast of 2018.
That's amazing. Best Host is a huge deal, in my opinion.
I know. That's really
I think
cool.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that's a good way to start off 2019.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm really excited. And we've got, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm hoping we get nominated for Best of Calgary, because that's coming up sometime in the next couple months.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is like the first episode of 2019, and we've got, news to tell you about.
What kind of news?
Well, I know that the government down south has been shut down.
Yes.
Or is it open again?
No, it's still shut down. And I believe it's because he won't get his wall. Or I also think it also shut down because he's like, hey, I get Christmas vacation.
Well, that does sound like a smart thing.
So the funny thing is that
Have a vacation.
When Obama ended up having the government shut down, and I can't remember why it was, I believe that Trump at the time had made fun of Obama and basically said, like, you don't have your... It was on a tweet, of course, somewhere, that it basically said, like, wow, if your government gets shut down, that means you're a really pathetic president and you can't run your country. And
yeah.
Has the Canadian government ever been shut down? I want to say it has.
I can Google that. Keep talking. I'll do some fact checking.
You could do some fact checking. But the interesting thing about the U.S. government shutdown is it doesn't affect just like the people in the White House and meetings and that kind of stuff too. It also affects national parks.
Yep.
There's nobody around to pick up the garbage for natural parks. There's no one there to clean the bathrooms. So it's sort of like everyone's kind of on strike.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Well, and the military too. So from what I understand, maybe people in the military aren't getting paid.
Yeah, so
there's all sorts of weird stuff that can happen.
They still have to do their work, obviously, because you can't have the military just leave. Oh, maybe you could. I don't know. It'd just be weird.
Yeah. Okay. 2008, 2009 Canadian parliamentary dispute is pretty much the closest thing that ever happened to a shutdown.
There was like a walkout or something.
Yeah, the Liberal and NDP reached an accord to form a new minority coalition government. And the Bloc Québécois agreed to provide support on confidence votes. Remember when they went through that whole non-confidence thing? Anyway, so that's pretty much we pretty much just said, yeah, sorry, we'll just start a new thing.
Yeah, sorry again. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
So is U.S. shutdown primarily a American thing? Because it's happened more than once.
Yeah.
And it's just because you don't get what you want and the other side is saying no, you're saying yes, and you can't reach an agreement. So you're like, well, we'll just
walk away.
Not do anything.
Yeah, can't do anything. I think it has something to do with the House locked. Like people can't actually make a decision. There's a deadlock in the House, which makes it impossible to get anything done. And I believe they swore in a bunch of new people yesterday or today.
Yeah.
The Democrats basically have control of the House now, so maybe things will change. Who knows? I don't know.
But you think that if you're not agreeing on, let's say, building the wall, which I mean I've seen is pretty much it. There's a ton of other things that the U.S. government can be doing, not about the wall.
Right.
So you just say, screw this, and you have a temper tantrum, and everybody walks out, and they
can't build the wall anyways. Because as you know, Cards Against Humanity bought a big chunk of land and built a trebuchet.
They sure did.
So they're blocking the progress of the wall.
Really tickled my pink parts. That was great.
Hear that, Cards Against Humanity? You tickled Panda's pink parts.
Alliteration as well.
I know. I like it. It rolls off the tongue. Not unlike pink parts.
Wow.
Anyway,
okay.
Yes. So they raised something like $2.5 million.
A lot.
Like, I'm so excited. Like that was amazing crowdfunding campaign and for a great cause. And the trebuchet, honestly.
And the trebuchet is because they're like, they said something along the lines of, well, if you're going to build something as stupid as a wall, like they would do in
Medieval
900 BC to whatever, we're going to build something.
Yeah, here hold
as old.
Yeah, hold my siege engine.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Interesting thought that I saw the other day about another problem about building the wall is how many animals are going to be stuck on one side or the other.
Right.
Right?
It's like, it's such a dumb idea on so many levels.
And then you're going to be ruining natural vegetation, and there's going to be lakes. Like, what do you do about parts that you can't actually put a wall or like it?
Yeah, it's dumb. Well, the wall worked out so well for the Germans.
Yeah. Yeah. And, what was it, 1989? We were all begging the world was begging the Germans to tear down the wall, and now...
What I loved is seeing the people with the Pink Floyd shirts build the wall. Like, did you see that?
No.
Oh, my goodness. I'll have to link it somewhere. But, yeah, these people that are a rally for building the wall, they're pro-Trump, build the wall, but they've got, like, it looks like Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Because I'm pretty sure Pink Floyd would be like, yeah, I'm behind.
Yeah, it's totally what the wall was about.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there you go.
Man, tone deaf.
Need no education.
Well, I will leave that one alone.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's some stuff. So you checked out some stuff. What happened in history this day? And there's something cool that happened.
Well, I thought it was pretty neat. Back in 1987.
I remember 87.
January 3rd, 1987, the Music Hall of Fame admitted its first female, Aretha Franklin.
Nice.
So not only the first female
Yeah.
out of like 160 or something like that inductees
my goodness.
since they opened, also an African American woman. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Kick ass.
Yeah.
Who else is in the Hall of Fame?
What else do we have? We've got Aretha Franklin. We've got the Supremes, Ike and Tina Turner.
Oh,
so she's like
Ike made it.
Yeah.
Why did
Janis Joplin,
nice
Gladys Knight and the Pips, Joni Mitchell, a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, people that you'd expect to be there, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. So I just thought it was interesting that.
That took a long time.
Well, not just a long time, because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame hasn't been around for 100 years or anything like that.
Rock and roll is still pretty new.
Exactly, but the sheer number of males that got brought in before somebody like Aretha Franklin I thought was pretty cool.
My brain just melted.
Did it?
Yeah, I was thinking as you were saying that 1987, and then I said rock and roll was pretty new. Rock and roll was really only 30 years old.
Yeah,
give or take.
Exactly.
At that point.
Yeah.
Like, put that in your ear holes, kids.
Yeah.
Like, what? What the hell?
It's a very tiny, tiny drop in the giant world that is water of music.
Yeah. And that also made me think about airplanes, which are barely 100 years old. Barely 100 years old, and we're already landing shit on Mars.
And basically the first thing we used airplanes for is to kill people.
China, by the way, has landed on the backside of the moon.
I heard about this.
Yeah.
That just happened today.
Yeah.
Which is Thursday, the 3rd of January.
That's right. We also had a revelation today that if you listen to our podcast backwards, like not backwards, like
you hear about Satan.
It'd be like looking into the future.
Sort of, because you already know what's going to happen when you listen to the next one.
Right.
My cat Newton is pawing at my leg.
Yeah, we credit him with our recent nominations for the Dropbear and Panda Save the World podcast.
I'm still astounded by all those nominations, not because we're not awesome, but there are tons of podcasts.
Yeah, and so much great Canadian content. Like I went through, and here's the thing: you want to learn about new Canadian podcasts or new Canadian content. You can go to just Google search Canadian Podcasting Awards. And you'll see the past winners. Then you'll see the ones that are up open for voting now. Then just go search them out. I've listened to some really amazing podcasts lately, and I'm going to plug local because we're in Alberta right now, and Alberta's crushing it.
Yeah.
But like Callum Lycan, the Bothy storytelling podcast, he's got one. Liam Rathgaber, and he's got a story not forgotten.
Chris Monroe
has got a soundtrack to a life.
Yeah, that's really neat too.
Yeah, super cool.
And they all have nominations as well, which is fantastic. And usually, when you think of Canada, most people just think of Toronto, right? So there's a lot of podcasts from Toronto and Southern Ontario, but Calgary is doing a really good job.
Well, yeah,
podcasts,
Alberta,
and nominations. So
yeah, like in total, like between our two. We have 11, and that's more, I think, than anybody else has in aggregate.
It will be very embarrassing if we win none of them.
I'm giddy that we're on the list. And I didn't want to come back to it and toot our own horn. That's the other thing that, I blow, toot, but yeah, there's lots of other, we'll put some links in our description.
Yeah, we will.
So, drones, foiled landings at Gatwick Airport.
Are you talking about flying drones, or are you talking about people who just sleep through life and are like zombies?
Yes. No. Yeah.
Because both can also ruin airports.
They can. Yeah. The walking drones tend not to get in the way of airplanes. But yeah, there's some people like flying drones that caused the Gatwick airport to basically literally shut down for days during the busiest season.
So I'm going to counter that
with
what I read was they never located any drones or the people responsible, and now they're thinking there were never any drones to begin with.
What?
Yeah.
Where did you hear that? Because I heard that they arrested 2 people.
Oh, and I heard that they didn't find anyone.
I will do some Google foo.
This is why we are not reporters, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm checking Snopes.com.
Snopes.
Yeah. Police said the drone flights were a deliberate act to disrupt the airport, but there were absolutely no indications to suggest this is terror-related. Come on, Snopes. On Snopes.com. And tens of thousands of passengers. Blah, blah, blah. Snopes is looking for money. That's what I get from that.
Super.
Yeah. So from my very quick Google foo. Oh, how about this? Okay, Google, did anybody get arrested flying drones at Gatwick?
Sorry, I'm not sure how to help with that yet.
Damn it.
So we got a
Robot. We got some AI in the house.
It actually looks like an Airwick air freshener. The ones that you have that just sit on the table. But it's an OK Google, which I find rather strange because Dropbear here is very anal about taping up his laptop cameras and making sure that no one can see in the house.
Yeah.
And now we have a robot.
Yeah.
So if
I had a Roomba.
If CSIS is listening to us right now.
Yep. So, of course they are.
How's it going? Nice to see you.
Nice tie, Bert. Oh, watch that coffee, Maggie. They're like, what the hell?
How did they know? So, OK, Google. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes I've said, OK, Google, and it'll actually wake up. And then other times, just like right now, I'll say it and nothing will happen.
I've got to do more voice training, I'm told. So
yeah.
You got to train your Google.
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that.
I really hope the listeners can hear that. But one day we were playing our Spotify playlist on our little Google machine, which was great.
Yeah.
The next day I asked to do the same thing, and it had no idea what I was talking about.
Glitched entirely.
I kind of wish that this Google machine would also do our vacuuming.
Well, that's why you get a Roomba. A Roomba Google.
No.
A Googleba.
So I had a roommate that had a Roomba, and he said the first time he ever used it, he had the Roomba going and he dropped a paring knife on the floor, and the Roomba picked up the knife.
What?
And kept going around the house because it was stuck to the suction. So he had the blade out, and this Roomba was going around with this little tiny knife attached to it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So the singularity is here.
Yeah, robots that kill.
Yeah, Skynet is closer than we'd like to think it is.
Yeah. Well, I figure we might as well invite it into the home. I mean, we already did anyways with our phones. You know, that's kind of like, hey, Siri. Right? They're always listening. And apparently Siri and Google can play well together.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, Google, go get it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah? That's so weird. So, you know what we could do? We could start another podcast being Dropbear and Panda and Google.
Oh, that's...
And then we can set up Google with their own microphone.
Well,
because Newton doesn't talk enough, so...
We are planning on having a twist this season. And that twist was going to be guests.
The occasional guest.
I
was thinking of a twist of lime in like my gin and tonic or something.
Anyway, so I like the idea of Google is going to be our guest one day.
It'll be the worst podcast.
I'll set up
ever.
a little microphone. It'll be perfect.
Oh, so about those nominations we got, we will have none next year.
Yeah, they're taking them all away right now. And in the back room, they got the shredder going.
just take them off the air. We'll be like, where did YouTube just shuts down automatically just altogether?
That's right.
Oh no.
Yeah. Sorry, world.
So we have some ideas of some guests to come on the show.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, I think.
Yeah, it should be. I think it's going to be a super fun season. We're going to try and mix it up.
I'm also going to start our new podcast season,
right?
Number 26. New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
Are you usually pro or against them?
I find December destroys me so much that I really look forward to the start of January where I can like start fresh.
Yeah.
So in that vein, yeah, I'm about resolutions. I resolve to be better this year than I was last year.
And that's what I usually say. I don't usually do a resolution of something specific.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do it, you're gonna feel like a failure. Or I mean, and that's my shit, not anyone else's, right?
Yeah.
But instead of saying, because usually what I say is I just plan on being better than last year. I try to improve myself all the time. Yep. You're always learning. You're going to learn till you die. But I have been treating myself so poorly for the last year or so. And I can do excuses like I'm rarely home. I'm so busy. I can't. Yeah. I don't work out. I haven't worked out in a really long time. I'm a little rounder than I used to be. So instead of at least saying that I want to lose this or, lose this many inches or this many pounds or work out this many times a week, I'm at least going to soften my resolution by saying I am going to be healthier than I have been in the last couple of years.
Nice.
Or the last year. And I'm already struggling because I'm just like that. It's been 3 days.
Well, yeah, but making a change is difficult. It is not an easy thing to just go and do a wholesale change, but that is in fact what you need to do. Eating better is key. I'm trying to exercise at least once a day. Get off my butt from in front of the computer. I've got goals and plans for this year, that I want to hit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I have goals that I want to hit too. I almost don't want to make them concrete in case I don't make it, because I only have myself to blame.
Well, yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. If you think about it, like when we first started the Dropbear and Panda podcast, we had no idea what we were doing and where we were going with it.
We still don't.
But
that will never change.
But we did it consistently over 6 months, right? And at the end of 6 months, we had 24 episodes. We've gotten a bunch of nominations for doing it, which feels really good. So my point is that, it didn't take a tremendous amount of effort to do it.
No, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And
you just have to find a way to make the other stuff fun. Like licking an apple can be fun.
If that's the only thing that I eat all day.
Make that apple last.
Oh, God. Yeah, I just, we went grocery shopping today for dinner, and we're having a well-rounded dinner. But what else do you want, Panda? Chips? No chips. Wine? No wine. Okay. And it's only the third day.
Yeah. It gets easier though.
I know it does. And I've done this before. It's that, and here's where my excuses come in, right? Like I sit at my desk all day at work. Yeah. I work Monday to Friday. 3 to 4 days a week or evenings a week, I have rehearsals. Yeah. Pretty much almost all year round. Mm-hmm. And so I grab a food to go, or I don't work out, or I'm tired and I have to have a nap because I had the rehearsal the night before too. And 12-hour days, 15-hour days all the time is difficult. Yeah. And it's exhausting just in and of itself without going to the gym 3 days a week or going for 2 walks a day, right. Making sure that your food is all prepped and you have really hearty grain bread with tomatoes and then your salad and figuring out dinner and oh my God,
this is why we need a chef. Hard.
And I'm of the age, yes, a chef. And I'm of the age where it doesn't come off as easily as it used to. Yeah. I mean, I'm still not as old as Dropbear. But he also has, more chutzpah than I do.
It's pure panic at this point.
Yeah, I'm the kind of person who will complain a lot, but do the very minimum. Yeah. So I've had sleep for dinner before.
Sleep for
dinner? Where I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of broke. I can't afford a good meal, but I can afford a really shitty meal. So instead, I'm kind of sleepy. I'm just going to go to bed.
Because malnutrition.
I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah. But
water for breakfast.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe a salt lick.
Yeah. Just one cracker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I used to make Mr. Noodles was my thing. I'd have like one Mr. Noodles a day, but when I first moved out on my own, it was I was like 135 pounds.
Yeah.
If you can imagine.
Wow. I don't even remember. Well,
it's like mostly skeleton.
yeah, I would have potatoes for dinner. Because, if the Irish can do it,
That's right.
so can I.
Do you mean vodka?
The potato is such a great vegetable.
Yeah.
But I mean, because potatoes are really good for you. Just have a potato for dinner. It's fine. It's,
Right. With a pound of butter.
you just can't. No, not
And
necessarily. No, I didn't
sour
do
cream.
that because I couldn't afford it. Yeah. Don't do anything that we just said to do, listeners. It's not good. You just got to be healthy.
Right.
Which is what I am aiming for. Maybe that's why I've been so sick for the last 6 months off and on. I'm listening to our old podcast and I'm sick for, well, not all of them, but there's a good 3 podcasts where I sound awful.
Yeah, and I'm
I have
busy.
one now. Yeah.
I'm fighting the one that you've tried giving me.
Yeah, I got sick Christmas Day, basically.
Yeah.
And the whole Christmas break. I mean, I still had to work, but I was sick Christmas Day and Boxing Day and New Year's Day and New Year's Eve. And I had to go to work because I'm covering other offices because I work at a hospital. Luckily for everybody else is I have my own
That's
room.
Probably why you're sick, though, is that you just walk into that petri dish of illness every day.
That's why you have to wash your hands 100 times a day.
I just wear a hazmat suit to work. That's what I would do. Hazmat suit, Jen. She's a worker bee.
This is us without alcohol. It's quite the show.
I know. I had apple juice.
Yeah.
We're looking for an apple juice sponsor.
He claims it's apple juice. You've had natural apple juice, right?
Oh, so good.
You've got the ones that you get from the store where you can see through it. Looks kind of like pee, but tastes good.
Yeah.
And then you have the cloudy apple juice.
Yeah,
Oh,
like urine infection.
but tastes better.
Oh.
We're never going to get an apple juice sponsor, ever.
The best tasting urinary tract infection you'll ever have.
Who's going to come up and say, it'll be like the cereal Apple Jacks. I'm like, I'll take it. I'll give you money. Oh, God.
Apple Jacks, they're crunchy.
Stop. Just stop. Stop.
Dropbear and Panda support Apple Jacks because they're crunchy.
I don't think I've ever had Apple Jacks.
Oh, they're so good.
Are they so good?
So good. They're
Are they like Cheerios, but apples?
yeah, but sort of spicy apple. They're like Fruit Loops, but I would even say better than Fruit Loops.
So Fruit Loops, I found Fruit Loops were very odd. We didn't eat sugary cereals when I was a kid. When we used to go to my grandmother's cottage,
they're the
in
treat
house
cereal.
in Ontario, they would have Honey Nut Cheerios.
Did you get them in the little boxes
But-
that you could stab with a knife?
Yeah, we would take those to the cottage.
Yeah.
Have the little middle ones, but. Fruit Loops were weird because there wasn't anything to them. They were so light that you could put them in your mouth with some milk and they would just
but they
disintegrate.
they-
You
they-
wouldn't even eat them.
I know, but they're so good. I used to just breathe in the smell of a Fruit Loop box.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not a big sweets guy at all.
No, you're
but,
not.
Oh man, Fruit Loops, that's my jam.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I really liked Honey Nut Cheerios. I really liked
they're
the
good.
brown sugar mini wheats.
Oh, the little guys,
The little ones.
Yeah, I like those
the
too.
brown sugar ones. I don't like the white frosting ones.
Yeah, my parents used to buy those big. What are they called? Moffats. I want to say Muffets. Moffat.
The shredded.
The big
The
shredded.
big. Yeah.
They used to buy those.
Size of your fist, but rectangular.
And we'd have to put milk on it and only the tiniest bit of brown sugar because my parents were very healthy.
You know what
but
else
we
is-
could use we could use fruit. We could put fruit on it.
We put bananas. Yeah. So we had the shredded wheat.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. And milk and then brown sugar and bananas. Really good, actually. I would do that again.
We should do that for this. So we're going to go see, we're going to have breakfast with Pandas on Saturday.
I'm so excited.
So we could maybe bring some Muffets. I don't know what they are.
Why would we bring those?
Well, I
You're
presume,
just going to throw them at the pandas?
we get breakfast there.
We
But
do, because
yeah,
it's called Breakfast with Pandas.
well, maybe
I've
we
actually
just
looked
hang
it up.
out there and watch them eat bamboo. I don't know.
No, we have breakfast.
Yeah.
There's a buffet.
Yeah, cool. I once did breakfast with elephants, which was fun, but I'm totally looking forward to breakfast with pandas because we haven't seen them yet. They have been in Calgary for some time now.
Yeah, just hanging out,
Yeah.
Doing odd jobs here and there,
Yeah. Falling.
rolling around.
Yeah. Apparently they're filthy.
Well, it depends. Maybe they just didn't have a bath that one day.
Maybe.
We had a cab driver who we went to.
He had some stuff to say.
We went to Zoo Lights over the Christmas holiday, and which was great. So there's like millions and millions of
It's really
lights
ridiculous.
that the Calgary Zoo sets up. All the animals are sleeping because it opens at 6. It goes from 6 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get to see any animals. But our cab driver had said that he saw the pandas and they were just filthy, dirty, so filthy. We were like, cool.
Can't wait to go. Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to do that. So we'll report back on that next week. So that
I'm
should be
very
fun.
excited.
Yeah, it should be good.
I'm stupidly excited. It's well, one of the reasons why we haven't seen them yet too is because it's the full day. You either have to book a time to go see the panda or you wait in line, and they're so popular right now that it's super, super busy. The nice thing about breakfast with pandas is we go in, because I did some research because this was my Christmas present. We go in, we have our brunch, breakfast buffet, so regular breakfast stuff.
Cool.
There's a bit of educational stuff about pandas. You find out about stuff. You get to go see the pandas. Unfortunately, I don't think we get to snuggle with them, which makes me sad.
Yeah.
But then you can go off to the rest of the zoo.
Oh.
So we get breakfast at the zoo, and then we can go tromp around the zoo and eat hot dogs with chameleons and like make fun of the otters and.
Do you think maybe because sometimes they do penguin walks. They take the penguins for a walk through the zoo.
We should look
and
at that.
I really want to do that because I think penguins are awesome.
I have never seen the penguin walk. I have seen the penguins at the zoo, but I've never been
apparently it's the thing. They just like boop-a-doo.
I know, they just walk
off they go.
around and they're like waddling.
Yeah, picking up rocks, putting rocks on their feet.
Yeah, trying to figure out how to escape.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it on Saturday. It's supposed to be 1 degree Celsius and overcast, so
It'd be
we'll
good
have
for
to
filming.
we'll have to bring our woolies.
Yep. I'll bring the new iPhone and the gimbal, and we can shoot some movie stuff there too.
Gimbal.
And if you haven't seen it, we shot our last Christmas special on the iPhone with one of these 3D gimbal thingies.
I don't think you could tell. Like, it's not something you'd be like, that's quite the gimbal.
There's some movements that I think are smoother than normal, but I would only just learn to use it that day.
Sure, no, of course. But I mean, like, we didn't use it in a way that you'd be like, my God, like, that is a gimbal. That's the best gimbal.
Yeah.
But it was noticeable enough that there wasn't any, like, weird movements, I think. But
and I bought Filmic Pro, which is an app for the iPhone, and that's powerful as all get out. But I had that was the first time I'd ever used that software too. So
we did pretty well.
I think we did okay.
Yeah.
So you got to check it out. It's called You'd Better Watch Out, and it's on youtube.com/Dropbear and Panda. Check it out.
So it's our Christmas special, but it's not like, if you're sick of Christmas, it's still not super.
I think
like
you'll
in your
appreciate
face.
it. It's
Yeah.
pretty typical Dropbear and Panda fare. Yeah.
Yeah. We still have our Christmas tree up. We still have our Christmas lights up.
Yeah. Well, this weekend we'll take that down Sunday.
That's what we said last weekend.
Yeah. I don't know. I turned on the Christmas lights.
I know. I turned them off last night because I'm pretty sure the lights have been on that tree for 10 days straight. We just haven't turned them off. But
how are you going to save the world this week, Panda?
well, I think I'm going to save the world by, can you tell that I'm stalling a little bit because I don't actually know how I'm going to save the world this week. Maybe I'll just grace other pandas with my presence,
Oh, perfect.
which sounds really terrible.
Well, I don't know. You can, pandas of the world unite.
I am going to memorize some more lines for my show.
Yep.
We're going back to rehearsal on Sunday, so I've got a lot of work to do for Shakespeare in Love, which is going to be a lot of fun. I kind of took the last 2 weeks off basically for Christmas, and I got to reorganize myself.
Get your brain back in.
Yeah, get my brain back in. I'm going to save the world by saving myself by not eating any chips for a week.
Nice.
And we'll see if maybe if I do it in little chunks.
Oh, yeah. You gotta have like a cheat day.
But I mean, like, don't have it for a week. And then you're like, I didn't do it for a week. Do it for another week.
Yeah.
And then, once a month, you're like, this is chip day.
Yep.
Because I Ruffles plain potato chips.
I know, they're a weakness.
I don't know what it is about Ruffles plain. But, man, I'm going to dream about that tonight. How are you going to save the world?
I'm going to pack up our ornaments and take out the tree.
Well, I hope when you take out the tree that you call this group called Tree Tossers.
What? Who are
take away our tree.
Who are tree tossers?
The Tree Tossers started 2 years ago. Calgary had stopped collecting Christmas trees after Christmas.
I didn't know that.
And I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why our Christmas tree last year just hung out in our backyard for so long, because nobody picked it up.
Good to know.
Kevin Cohen and Todd Luker started picking up trees to make money and give to others, supporting a cancer patient's vacation, the Calgary Food Bank, the Alberta Institute for Wildlife Conservation. Now, this year, they are going to be collecting Christmas trees to raise money for a sea train attack victim, like random act of violence, and was hit by a train. She's in a wheelchair. I believe she is paralyzed, and they need money for, ramps in the home and wheelchairs and all sorts of stuff.
So what's the deal with these tree guys?
So the Tree Tossers, with 1,000 tree goal, the Tree Tossers want to help cover some of the unexpected costs associated with the assault.
Okay, so I am going to save the world by taking down the tree and calling tree tossers.
There you go.
And we'll figure it out as it comes. If it's a donation, we'll give a donation.
Yeah.
Dropbear and Panda donation to the tree tossers.
Tree Tossers!
Canada!
Why toss a tree?
Anywhere else.
It's like we're out of practice.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. It's cool.
It's fine.
We're good. We're cool.
So thanks for listening to Dropbear and Panda.
Save the world.
Episode 26. Yeah.
Yo,
Boop-a-doo.
it's Dropbear and Panda, yo. It's Dropbear and Panda, yo. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you, Panda. Coming at you like a locomotive on a motherfucking bender. Yeah, tell my culture now, my chap, follow me. Yeah, with Michael Doggies, yeah, you be checking on the flow, yo. Checking flow, she was quick, you can't pick my medical ranges, angles, tangles. You get tangled, twisted side effects, child should be. Can't compete with the owls that devour. Yeah, with the owls that devour, yeah. Yeah, it's a Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. It's like a locomotive filled with autonomous chopper. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. It's like a locomotive filled with autonomous chopper.
Dropbear and Panda.